Hey everybody, welcome to Insomnia with Nina Valdez. Honestly, I don't really have anything for you guys this week. I'm just talking to you because, I don't know, I'm just getting back into the flow of just normal stuff this week. All during spring break and stuff, everything was super crazy. There was so much going on. I had a dinner theater and a huge egg hunt with like 700 plus people. It was nuts. It was awesome, but it was nuts. Everything was crazy, but everything was amazing at the same time. But now I'm just getting back into stuff and just doing my regular dishes, ding, and laundry, ding. Strike that. Reverse it. And so I don't really have a lot to talk about right now. I'm steady making bank on my crowd tap. I figured it out, and for the past couple of months I've made at least probably $35 worth of Amazon gift cards on here. So that is super awesome. Also, something that I just found out is on Amazon, you can get Airbnb gift cards and gift cards for Southwest Airlines. So hopefully sometime in the future I'll be able to save up enough to do some traveling. Look at my plants though. They are going absolutely nuts. Check out my zucchini plants. They're going crazy. I'm going to have to transplant them soon, but here in Missouri it's actually still super cold, so we're hoping that we'll get a break in the weather and it'll warm up and I can transplant my pretty little plants. So these are my ingredients. We have, actually I ran out of butter and coconut oil, duh. So I'm using half coconut oil and half coconut butter, which is like my fave thing. It's delicious. You can eat it just like right out of the jar. Or you could put it with like some sort of nut butter on a sandwich or, you know, whatevs. It's delicious. It's a little bit pricey though. It's like $12 or $13 for that. But it's so rich that you don't need almost any. And I'm using my Trivia brown sugar blend. The recipe calls for a cup of sugar. You know I like to use 3/4 a cup when it calls for a cup, because they tell you to use half, and I like to use 3/4 instead of half. I'm using, for the flour, I'm using my own flour blend, which is oats, coconut flour, and almond flour blended together. And then I have my special dark cocoa, my vanilla, my eggs. So let's get into this. Yes, I have made this recipe before as cookies, but today I am just making it as just simple, just throw them in the pan kind of brownies. So first thing it asks for is half a cup of cocoa. So we have that. P.S. How freaking awesome is this ginormous measuring cup? I just thought that was super cool, so I decided to use that. And then it asks for 1 stick of butter. I'm using half a cup of coconut oil slash coconut butter, because that's what I had. So we'll see how that turns out. I have used coconut oil in this recipe before and it works out really good, but I've not ever used the coconut butter, so we'll see what happens with that. And then the 2 eggs. And our sugar. sugar. It calls for 1 cup of sugar. I'm using 3/4 cup of Trivia brown sugar blend. And I'm going to mix that up. Let's see. Hold up. I'm going to put my vanilla in first. If I could open it. Ah! Not coming open. There we are. Okay. Let's mix that up. I love this recipe because you're basically replacing the majority of your flour with straight chocolate. I mean, you can't really go wrong there. And now I'm going to add my fake flour blend. I wanted to do this all in one take, but I don't want to have you sitting there staring at me mixing things up for like an hour because this is super bulky and hard to mix. Again, I forgot to add the salt. It just calls for a pinch of salt, so we're just going to do this kind of deal right here. And I ended up adding 1/4 cup of water to this because I feel like it is not as liquidy as it should be because I used that coconut butter instead of the coconut oil or butter. So I'm going to continue to mix that and we'll come back in a sec. And we are spreading it out in the pan that we've already sprayed with our coconut oil spray, which is super handy for cooking sweet things because I like to use olive oil spray if I'm cooking savory things. Olive oil doesn't taste great in sweet things, and coconut oil does not taste great in savory things. So it's cool to have both of them on hand if you have that option. So there's my brownies. I'm going to cook them, and it's going to be delicious. Decided to throw some brownies in there for you last minute. I hope you like those. Yes, again, I have done those before, but I made them as cookies last time, and I made them a little bit differently. So that is my life at the moment. I have, let's see, a possible gig coming up next weekend to be an extra for a web series, and then for the same web series, I have another possibility that I might be able to be an extra the weekend after next, and I also have a dinner theater show the weekend after next. So I'm glad for this little break, and hopefully I'll have some better videos up for you guys pretty soon. So thank you for hanging out with me in my insomnia. I hope yours is as productive as mine. Love you guys. Get some sleep.